Hello everybody, this is Say from Weather Rods, and I have been caught off a little bit from the weather and stuff today, so I'm just starting to look at the data and stuff, and it's not looking good for Central Kentucky and Central Tennessee. So right now we actually we had some looking at my computer, looking at weather-wise. Yeah, there was this big pocket of heavy rain with heavy winds. I would say 60 mile an hour, and I believe there was a chance of hail with that. Yeah, so north of Bowling Green and stuff, I think this is Neil Dunmore and stuff, Beaverdam, Morgantown. Yeah, everybody in this area, with some of these storms still producing damaging wind gusts of 60 mile an hour and 7.5 inches of hail. So we gotta keep an eye out on this in Central Kentucky, cause it's not looking great. Now, I don't know exactly what is causing these storms to pop up. I actually am been a bit cut off guard because I've been kind of basically doing a couple of other stuff, really just chilling and messing around. Haven't got into my weather mode yet, but we do have storms popping up in Central Kentucky. Couple of little blimps. Let's see. Yeah, there were a couple of blimps starting to form up in Hopkinsville, east of it. That's gonna go to, I believe what I'm seeing, it's looking like it's gonna go into Elkton. And if this goes down south, it might go like south of Westerville or something. So we might need to keep an eye out on this too. If this forms or something, this could produce a thunderstorm, a special weather statement. I believe in this. If we look at this, see if there's any rotation or anything. There is not any rotation, so we shouldn't have to worry about any tornadoes or stuff from this. Now, if we look at this, there were multiple red and green signatures going turns the Paducah way, and I'm trying to think how all this works again. There was some red and green clusters of storm velocity next to each other, so I would not be surprised if anything in this what's this? This is north. This is east of Bowling Green, up to the north. Going towards Morgantown, going towards areas like Woodbury and Montford, bringing 60 mile an hour winds with 0.75 inches of hail. Now, I don't know if any of the conditions are gonna keep these storms going, because apparently we had so much moisture, like areas that got rain and stuff, like up to like 85% moisture, aka what we got. Apparently, we down in the west, it weakened the storms a bit, the rain and the thunder and stuff. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know how that has something to do with any of it, but people like, let me see here. If you go on Facebook, and if you go look at my good little friend, Weather Now Kentucky, we have, yeah, look, he is focused on this too. Wind here is showcasing a problematic storm north of Bowling Green that's in Morgantown right now, as I've just shown you. Yeah, fairly loud thunderstorms with 50 to 60 mile an hour winds, just like we were expecting, and then also has some hail too. Yeah, so we gotta look at that. Now, we actually have had some power outages in Chandlers Chapel Kentucky, thanks to the storm. This storm, let me see. Let me just go back to activity. White Hill and Chandlers Chapel, White Hill. Now, they actually had I didn't want to get to make a weather forecast in time and stuff, because we were working on trying to get my weather station up, so trying to see it on weather-wise and stuff, but the only people that can really go up and see the weather station on weather-wise is Ryan and y'all bought. So we can't so you can't really see my Tempest Blow Station from here. You'd have to look at it from the settings and stuff. But anyway, still is a strong storm, and here producing fairly heavy rain, and also had a couple of hail curls and stuff too. Now, I don't know how strong they were, but I'm gonna believe it was half an inch to about an inch of hail. So Chandlers Chapel got hammered with it, and thanks to that, we have a confirmed power outage and Chandlers Chapel thanks to these storms. So we need to be keeping an eye on that. And we also have a couple of storms for our Tennessee people who are in this group. We have some storms east of Nashville and stuff. A lot of these will fulfill thunderstorms warnings. We have one actually going into Nashville right now. We have a couple of more heavy rain bands producing thunderstorm warnings and special weather statements. Now, all of these and the rains, if we click in one of them, it's gonna say 60-mile-an-hour winds, 0.75 inches of hail. This one's probably gonna say the same thing again. Yep. So the hail, and then under the special weather statements, it's gonna be 40-mile-an-hour winds to 0.25 inches. So the main threshold, from the bare minimum, so it's like I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna say this. So the level below the most serious impacts today are seeming to be 40-mile-an-hour winds with a quarter of an inch of hail in Nashville, east of Nashville. It's some storms up in Clarksville too, probably producing. It looks like that would need a special weather statement right now. Look at that. They just produced one right there. That if we click on it right now, the National Weather Service of Nashville is going all out right now. Yeah, look, 0.25 inches of hail and 40-mile-an-hour winds. So we would have to keep so Nashville, places like Gallatin, LeBron, Murfreesboro, Franklin, Pulaski, Fayetteville. Keep an eye on this. They're gonna see 60-mile-an-hour winds with about 0.75 inches of hail with possibilities of 1 inch. So I would not be surprised. I believe this is being driven by all the dew points being into the mid-70s and the humidity and stuff being up in the 70s, the mid-70s, and feels like of most of these places reaching mid-90s to low 100s. So I would be cautious in practically all of in central Tennessee and south of Tennessee. Keep an eye out. You're gonna see some fairly bad storms. It's looking like y'all are getting the worst of it right now. That doesn't mean Bowling quit. It doesn't mean Kentucky is getting it too. Even though what it looks like right now is it looks like Central Kentucky is going to get the worst of it. So keep an eye on that. We'll also might have a little more storms producing around this area with all these temperatures and stuff. With everything I've already said, with the humidity, the feels being in the mid-70s, and the dew points in 70s to 75, and maybe a bit higher in some areas. And microscale convective systems I think that has to do with like hail, winds, heavy rain, and storms all together, just coming in with all the right conditions. Now, if we go ahead, look at the models, and if we go ahead using the HRRR and look at the surface-based cape, there is a lot of cape in these areas with a whole lot of storm energy. There is over 5,000 storm energy in Pembroke, places like Oak Grove, which we're really south of, and then we have, let's see, what's this? Clarksville, this is about 5,200 to 5,500. Areas like Elkton, you got 4,000. Russellville, you have about 1,928, fairly close to 2,000. Lewisburg, where my nana lives, you guys are gonna have upwards of about 4,750 kilojoules of energy thanks to all this humidity and all this moisture and dew points and all the temperature in this microscope convective system, pushing that down into Kentucky, bringing it to more storm energy, bringing some good storms here. Now this is like 6,000, and this is a whole lot. Yeah, like 5,000, and this is like black. And some of it is 5,100 to 5,200. So you have that there too. And then the area that has the severe thunderstorm warning right now, if I look, near it right now. Going back to the models, yeah, we have upwards of 5,000 kilojoules of energy. Bowling Green, you got 2,800, pushing 300. Alvinson, for my cousins and stuff that just came over yesterday, y'all have 3,500. So Stephanie and Adam, watch out. There's some storm energy. That doesn't mean there's a storm that was gonna come in right now over here and push down here. But that doesn't mean that you're out of this wheel. There was plenty of storm energy over here. Nashville, you got 4,500. Multiple areas, it's reaching 3,000. So the range for all these storms today is like 1,500 to 5,000. And it's everywhere too. Everywhere is about the same range. So keep an eye out. That's the latest information I got. We got a confirmed power outage in Chandlers Chapel now, and there's probably plenty more too, but I haven't really looked at all of that. So stay safe. Be aware. If any severe thunderstorm warnings or thunderstorm statements come out, get to your safe space. Do not be next to windows. If a tornado warning ends up being issued, it's not impossible today. It's not impossible. If we go and look at the outlooks for that, you have there's not a tornado. There's actually not one, but there is 5% chances for damaging winds. There is no hail threat, and so the only thing it is the categorical risk. Oh, never mind. There we go, that's better. We're still not in a tornado risk, but you never know. No, it's just because there's not a tornado warning in this area and there's multiple storms and stuff. That doesn't mean it could bring any. It doesn't mean it won't bring any tornadoes, but it's fairly low, so. But most of it's gonna be your hail of about 0.75 to an inch, some heavy rain. Hopefully no flash flooding like last weekend. That was bad, and north central Kentucky and stuff. They got like up to ones of 10 inches. Some it was 8 inches. 4 people died from that, so that really sucks. So bad for them. Sucks. I'm sorry for all the people who lost lives because of all that flash flooding. And, yeah. That's all I have to say here. So just keep an eye out on weather-wise. If you have weather-wise. If you want live information on the storms, tune into your bot and click the play button. And boom. It'll give you the live conditions for Kentucky and Tennessee. So, yeah. And here's the link too. So it does really good. It covers every thunderstorm warning, every thunderstorm statement, everything you would need to know all your forecasts and updates right here. So, yeah, if you want any live information, you can watch from here, or you can watch from the live streams and stuff, which we do all the time when we have severe weather. Stay away from windows of anybody since severe thunderstorm warnings or thunderstorm statements. Keep an eye on the radar. Make sure you have plenty of water, get all your phones charged up, just get everything prepared, and we will see you, weather watch at the weather house, back again later on for a weather update. Have a good day, everybody, and keep an eye on those storms and on the radar.